Yo, everybody! This is the final product to something. My American dream is to become a motivated speaker through being a personal trainer. I want to do this because I want to help other people believe in themselves and to live longer and healthy lives. I'm working towards this goal by transforming my own life. I have a developmental disability and ADHD. All my life, I have been told that I am never going to amount to anything, but I haven't let that stop me. I completed a work training program called Project Search and was employed shortly after. I've now been working for 4 years as an environmental service tech at a local hospital. I love my job. It is very physically demanding. I stay active all morning long by pushing machinery and lifting boxes and pulling trash in bayou. About 2 years ago, I started running and have done 2 half marathons and training to do a marathon. Exercise makes me feel just like everybody else, and it pushes me to go beyond what I thought I could do. When I first started, I couldn't even run a mile. Now I'm training for a marathon, and I completed 2 halves. I also joined a local gym and began to take universal training and yoga. I love these classes because I can push myself physically, and I have the support of my classmates that look beyond the fact that I have a disability. These fitness classes has got me interested in pursuing to be a personal trainer, and I signed up to do a class through Ashworth College and passed. Now I have hired a personal trainer to learn the ins and outs of how to be one and how to use the proper form and terms. To me, exercise is directly connected to self-esteem. Exercise makes me feel good, like a part of the community, and helps me to feel normal. I want other individuals with disability to know they can do anything, even beyond what they think. I recently wrote an article of how people with disabilities are just like everybody else, and it has submitted to my local newspaper. It was published, and I got many responses from individuals telling me how it changed their view on people with disabilities and how they will think through their actions. I want to be an example for those who have disabilities and encourage them to not listen to the labels or the bullying. I also want to challenge people to look past the word disabled. A disability does not define you. It is only a part of who you are. So that is my paper. It is 3 minutes long. It was supposed to be. So I did that right. Now, I want people to look past people with disabilities. I am going to say this till I'm blue in the face. We want to be treated like everybody else. Sure, we might need accommodations sometimes, but it doesn't mean we don't want love, understanding, compassion, to be accepted, for people to believe in us, for people to talk to us just like they would anybody else. We don't want to be an outcast. And remember, we all have weaknesses and strengths. Just because people with disabilities might have more weaknesses doesn't mean we don't have strengths. Don't focus on what somebody can't do. Focus on what that person can do, whether they have a disability or not. And yes, I am grateful for the people in my life. I am grateful that people love me. And that's not what I was saying in my last video, that I don't appreciate that. But that's not going to kill my depression, is what I meant to say. And what will is me keep praying to God and me keep listening to what my brain says, not what labels say or my mother says, or not what society says, but what my brain is telling me and what God is telling me. And it's to rely on God's answer. And more than anything this year, I've learned to listen to my own voice more than I've ever have. I've learned to stick up for myself more. And though I still need to stick up for myself more. Like, I hate it when people are late. And whether they have an excuse or not, I still hate it when people are late. It's like, my time's just as valuable as your time. Why would you be late? Whether it's a doctor being late or whether it's I'm just talking in general, really. Whether it's another coworker being late, whether it's a personal trainer being late. My time is just as valuable as yours. And maybe I was eager to talk to my doctor. And maybe I didn't want the questions I have to ask him to go away. And by him being late, maybe I forget it. Or maybe when you're late, you're sending the other person's message that you don't value them as a person. Or that you don't value their time. And you could text them and you could keep just telling them sorry that you're late. But if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, then you're not sorry. Just saying sorry does not solve the issue. Anyways, and maybe I really needed to see the doctor. Or maybe I wanted to get a full workout. Or maybe the doctor should text me a different time that day. Or maybe a personal trainer should, if they're going to be late, text you what they want you to start doing every time you're late, just about. And you show that client and the doctor, you will show, the doctor will show you and your personal trainer that they value your time, too. So, yeah, I hope that makes sense. Anyways.